Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to study backtracking. In backtracking, introduction to backtracking and some of the problem examples that are n-queens problem and subset problem. So let us see what this backtracking is. So we have already learned many of the methods in algorithm. Greedy method, divide and conquer, dynamic programming. So these all are we have studied and already made use of exhaustive searches like binary search we have made use of. This backtracking is also a method which is very more intelligent variation of such exhaustive search. So actually what happens in backtracking, we will be given with a problem and we need to find the solution for that problem, and we are going to consider the components given in the problem. We are going to select the first component. So then we are going to start the construction of a solution. So we will be proceeding with that particular component. Then what happens if that component which we have selected is not going to give us further result? So then we are going to stop that component and we are going to the previous step by deleting this component, and we are going to see the previous component whether we can proceed with the same solution or not. And then we are going to select another component and checking for its feasibility. If it is giving us correct result, we are proceeding with that component. Otherwise we will be going back to the previous component and we will be deleting this particular component. So that only is given here. The principal idea is to construct the solutions one component at a time and evaluate such partial constructed candidates as follows. If a partial constructed solution can be developed, then it is continued. If there is no legitimate option for the next component, then we have to backtrack to replace the last component of the partial constructed solution with its next option. So this definition will be clear with a problem. So here state space tree represents the processing. So for this solution of the problem by making use of backtracking, so here we are going to represent this solution in the form of state space tree. Its root represents the initial state. The nodes of the first level in the tree represents choices made for the first component of a solution. The nodes of the second level represent the choices for the second component, and this go on for all the components. A node in a space tree, state space tree, is said to be promising, or it is giving us exact solution. There is a some points. If it is corresponding to a partial constructed solution, that may still lead to a complete solution. Otherwise, it is called non-promising. So here a node in a state space tree is said to be promising if it is corresponding to a partial constructed solution, or it may lead us to the complete solution, then it is called as promising node. Otherwise means that which we have selected node or a component which is not leading us to the complete solution, then it is called as non-promising node. Leaves represent either non-promising dead ends or complete solution found by the algorithm. So always the leaves, the last nodes of any tree are called as leaves. So they are going to represent the non-promising dead ends, means that particular solution is not feasible for our problem, or else so those leaves are giving us complete solution which we have found by making use of the algorithm. In the majority of cases, a state space tree for a backtracking algorithm is constructed in the manner of depth first search. If the algorithm reaches a complete solution to the problem, it either stops or continues searching for the possible solution. So here, for backtracking algorithm, it is going to make use of both DFS and BFS, but most of the time we are making use of the concept of depth first search in backtracking. If the algorithm is going to reach to the complete solution, some problem, the single solution is enough. That time the algorithm is going to stop for such problems. Otherwise, if there are more than one solution for that particular problem, then algorithm continues for searching of other alternate solutions. So this is the general algorithm for backtracking, which is referred from the prescribed textbook. So here we are given with a template of a generic backtracking algorithm. So what will be the input for this algorithm? Input is, we are going to take a array X, which is having the components, specifies the first I promising components of a solution. Output is all the tuples representing the problem solution. So here we are going to give the array of components for this algorithm, where the feasibility of each component is checked. If the particular component is feasible, so then we are going to take that as a solution, and we are going to add that particular component in the feasible solutions sequence. Else the same component is not going to considered as a feasible, and we are going to move to the next component for checking its feasibility. So here we are going to repeat the same thing again. So that particular component is checked for its feasibility. If it is feasible, we are going to add it into the feasible track of solution. Otherwise, we are going to leave that and we are going to move to the next component. Yes, so here we are going to see the example problem which we are going to solve by making use of backtracking technique. So that is n-queens problem. So let us see what this n-queens problem means. So the problem is to place n queens on an n cross n chessboard so that no two queens attack each other by being in the same row or in the same column or on the same diagonal. Here we are going to place some queens on the chessboard. We have already know there will be two queens in both the end of the chess. So here we will be given with some n queens. So we have to place those n queens on the n cross n chessboard, and the constraint is no two queens will be in the same row, in the same column, and they must not be in a diagonal position. If they are in the same rows or same column, or if they are in the diagonal, so then we are going to say they are in the attack. So we cannot consider those queens. So we have to find the solution in such a way that no two queens will be in the same row or in the same column or in the same diagonal. So let us consider as an example of four queens problem. Here n is 4. So we have to place these four queens on 4 cross 4 chessboard. So here is how the chessboard is looking. For convenience, we are going to take first row for first queen, second row for second queen, third row for third queen, and fourth row for fourth queen. So let us start placing these queens on the chessboard. Here, as we are making use of backtracking process, the solutions are represented in the form of state space tree. So here is the chessboard, Now let us take first queen and let us place that first queen in the first row and first column. Okay, so this is how you are looking into the solution. So this is our first solution started. So we have started constructing the solution where we have considered queen 1 and we have placed that queen 1 in first row and first column. Okay, so next so this is how we have started with. Then we have to proceed to place queen 2. So as this queen 1 is already placed in first row and first column, let us see where we can place this queen 2. Can it be placed in second row? So which is exactly at the next to the queen 1? No, we cannot place here. We cannot place here, so that will not lead us to the proper solution. So hence it is marked as cross, so which is non-promising solution. So next, can we place in this, so you just observe second row for this second queen, can we place in this second place? No, because so this two will become same diagonal, so hence we cannot place second queen here in this second place. So hence we have marked it as cross and it is also a non-promising solution. So let us check whether can we place the second queen in this. So third, so here you can see yes, so here you can see yes, we can place. So they are not in same row, they are not in same column, and they are not also in diagonal place. Yes, so we can go with this solution. So we have written like this. Next we will be checking the third solution. So third queen, where the third queen should be placed. So here we will be observing third row for third queen to be placed. So we cannot place third queen here because so already first queen in this first column. So can we place in second place? No. So here you can see because already queen 2 is there, which becomes diagonal for this. Hence can we place in third place? Here no, it will be same column for queen 2. So next, can we place in fourth? Yes, we can place. Sorry, we cannot place as this is also becoming a diagonal. Hence, so this solution is not considered as a feasible solution. Hence, so this 1, 2 and 3, this third solution is also not leading us to the correct position of the third queen. Here you can see first we cannot consider, second we cannot consider, third also we cannot consider, and fourth we cannot consider. As we can't place this third queen on any of this chess board, place of the chessboard, so then we cannot proceed further for queen 4. Hence this whole solution we are going to take out. So next we have to consider again, we have to go back and we have to see can we change the place of queen 2. Yes, so there is one more slot available, that is fourth slot. So hence we have replaced this third slot to fourth slot, you can see here. So this is where queen 2 is placed in fourth slot. Now we can check for place for the queen 3. So can we place in first place, that is third row's first place? No, we cannot because queen 1 and queen 3 will be in the same column. We cannot place. So can we place in second place of third row? That is second column of third row. Yes, we can place there because no queens are there in same row, same column or diagonal. Hence we have placed here. You just observe queen 3 is placed here. Hence no need to check for other solutions. Next we will be searching the place for queen 4. Can we place in first place? No, as already queen 1 is there. Can we place in second place? No, already queen 3 is there. Can we place in third place? No. So this will become diagonal for queen 3. Can we place in fourth column of fourth row? No, because already queen 2 is occupied the same column. Hence this whole solution we are not going to consider. Next, what we have to do is, so can we replace the place of this queen? So here, so this is also not possible, because when you replace the uh, place of queen 3, so this will become diagonal for queen 2, and if you come here and replace this, so this will become same column for queen 2. Hence we cannot make any changes with respect to the place of queen 3, and we'll go to queen 2. Can we make any changes with respect to the place of queen 2? No, there are no slots available for queen 2. Next, what we have to do? We have to go back and look into the place of queen 1. So what is that place? It is already occupied. It has occupied first place. So next we have got three more places for this queen 1. So it is having three options. So next what we are going to do? We are going to check for second place of queen 1. So that is shown here. You can see here. Yes. So next queen 1 is placed in second place. So next we have to check for queen 2's place. So here we cannot place in second row first column, because it will be diagonal. Second row second column, it will be same column. Then second row third column, it will become diagonal. Then second row fourth column, yes, we can place second queen in this place. Yes, so that it is shown here. Next we are going to look for queen 3. Can we place in third row first column? Yes. So no queens are available in same row, same column and in diagonal. So yes, we have placed, just see here, we have placed third queen in first place of the third row. Next we will check for fourth queen, where it should be placed. Can we place in first place of fourth row? No, it will be same column as of queen 3. Second place? No, it will be same column as of queen 1. Can we place in third place of fourth row? Yes, we can. So there are no queens in same row, same column and diagonal. Hence it is placed here. You can see. So all the queens are placed in their proper position. No two queens are meeting diagonally, or they are in same column, or they are in same row. So this is how we got one solution. So the same mirror image of this solution is the second solution for this four queens problem. So this is one solution we have got. So here we have applied backtracking. First we have started with queen 1, so then we have started with queen 2. If we are not finding next we have moved to queen 3. We if we have not found the solution for queen 3, we have traced back and we have changed the position of queen 2, even though we didn't get any feasible solution. Hence we moved back and changed the position of queen 1. So that is what queen 1's position got changed from first place to second place. Here you can see, from second place we got this solution. So this is how we have applied backtracking concept in order to find the solution for four queens problem. Next, one more example we are going to see. So that is sum of subset problem. First, let us understand what is this sum of subset problem. Here is the problem definition. Find a subset of a given set A, so which will be consisting of some elements. of n positive integers whose sum is equal to a given positive integer d. So here we are given with a one set. This is a set of some integer numbers. So then we will be given with some d. So that is sum. It is called as sum. Okay. Then there are we have to find the subset. When you add the elements of that subset, it should be exactly equals to given d. Yes, so we will be given with one set, that is A, and D, which is 9. Okay, so we have to find out the subset of this set A, in which the sum of elements of those subsets will be equals to this D, given D. Okay, here you can see there are two solutions. So which all are the components when we add is giving us the sum as 9. First we'll take 1. So next you take 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Next you take 5. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus this will be 3. 3 plus 5 is giving us 8. Is 8. So then 8 plus 6. So no, it is not giving us 9. It is becoming more than 9. So let's leave the 6. Now trace back to 5. So next leave 5. So next trace back to 2. So then we have to add, leave this 5. Next what you have to do, next check for 6. 1 plus 2 plus 6. Yes, it is giving us 9. You can see here 1 plus 2 plus 6 is giving us 9. So that is one subset. Next, one more subset can we have which is giving us 9? Yes, that is 1 plus 8. It is giving us 9. So this is how we are finding the subsets, sum of which is giving us 9. So that is what the problem, and this problem we have to solve by making use of backtracking. Yes, so it is convenient to sort the sets elements in increasing order. So it will be more convenient when you sort the given elements in increasing order. In the state space tree at a node, if sum is not equals to d, we can terminate the node and will make that node as a non-promising. If either of the following two inequalities holds. If the sum plus the element is greater than d, so then the sum s is too large. Yes, then sum plus, so this is generally is given. So sum plus the elements sum, if it is less than d, and then the total sum will be too small, so then also we are going to consider that particular node as non-promising. So here is an example. So that is, set is given with the four elements, that is 3, 5, 6 and 7, and d is given as 15. So d is given as 15. We have to find the subsets from this particular set A, so which is giving us 15. Let us start. So how the state space tree is constructed? By taking the sum as 0. At initial stage we are going to write this sum as 0. Next, what we are going to consider, there are two possibilities, whether we are considering this 3 or we are not considering this 3. So let us start from considering 3. Yes, so that is, we have written here with 3. So what will be the sum? 0 plus 3, it will be 3. So that we have taken it as a node here. 0, initial sum was 0. Next we have considered the first element, that is 3. So then sum becomes 3. Yes, so now here we have to make the choice whether next element is to be included or not. Yes, let us check first by including the second element. So what is that second element? It is 5. Yes, 3 plus 5, how much it is? It is 8. Okay, so next we'll consider next element, so that is 6 with 6. So 8 plus 6, it is becoming 14. Okay, so as it is 14, Next, if you consider next element, it will be much greater than 15. Yes, so next one more remaining element is 7. Okay, it is already 14. If you include that 7, it is greater, much greater than 15. Hence this 14 is considered as non-promising. Cross it and don't proceed further because it is not leading us to the solution. Next, trace back. So here with 6 we have found the solution is non-promising. Next we'll check one more, that is without 6. Yes, so we have already the sum as 8. So we have considered 6 element 6, but we didn't get solution. Next, by leaving 6, by considering 7, we will check here. Yes, without 6. So here without 6, what is the sum? It is 8. Next, one more element we are having, that is component with 7. So 8 plus 7, how much? It is 15. Yes, we got the solution. So this will become one solution. Next, this is one possibility. With 7, we got the solution. And without 7, what is the sum? If you are not considering this element 7, so it is only 8. So 8 is also very much less than 15. So then we are considering this as non-promising node. Next, so here with 7 and without 7 we saw the feasibility of that solution. One is feasible and one is not feasible. Next, here also we saw with 6 and without 6. Without 6 led us to the solution. Then with 6 is non-promising node. Next, trace back. So here with 5 we have considered, so that is second element. Now without 5 we'll check. Okay, so with 3 and without 5. So here let us not consider this 5, then sum will be 3 only, because 0 plus 3 is 3, and we have not considered this element, second element, but we will consider third element. So everywhere we are checking the possibility whether to include that element or not to include that element. If we are including, whether we are getting the solution. If we are not including, whether we are getting the solution. So that is the thing we have to do here. So here without considering 5, what is the sum? 3 it is. Next, with considering next element, that is 6, what is the sum? It is 9. Okay, so next, 9 plus 7, is it equals to 15? No, it is not giving us a solution. Hence, this becomes the non-promising node. Stop it. Next, with 6, we didn't get the solution. Next, consider without 6. So here, without 6, can we get the solution? Only 3 it will be. Yes. So then, one more element is there, that is 7. 3 plus 7 will be 10, which is much less than 15. Hence, this is also non-promising node. We are not going to proceed for this solution. Next, so this stage with and without 5 we have considered. Next, move trace back. So these all are the possibilities when we are including this 3. Okay, so we got one solution. We will be checking for some more solutions. Let us see that here. So first possibility of without 3. Yes, so here let us not consider 3 only. So check for 5, with 5, without 5. Next, with 6, without 6. So this is how we are going to make the solutions. Here with 5, so the solution sum will be 5. Next, with 6 it will be 11. Okay, 11 plus 7 will be greater than 15, hence it will become non-promising. Here without 6 but with 5, so that time it will be 5 plus 7, it will be less than 15. It will be 12, which is less than 15, hence it is also non-promising node. So these two possibilities are with 5. Let us check without 5. So already without 3 we have considered, because so this is the possibility with 5 with 3, and this is the possibility without 3. Hence the sum will be 0 only. So next, here This is the possibility where we are not considering the element 5. Hence, we have written here without 5. So, here no sum was there. So that is, we have not added 3. Hence, it is 0. Next, here also we are not adding this 5. Hence, the sum is 0. So then if you consider other two elements also, 0 plus 6 plus 7, the sum will be 13 only, which will be less than 15. Hence this node is also considered as non-promising. Hence, so this is how we have found the solution. So only one tree led us to the solution. So this is how every possibility is checked. If this particular node is not giving us the solution, next trace back and check for the possibility. So that is also not giving us the solution, trace back, then check for the possibility. So this is how we are going to find the solution for any problem by making use of backtracking. Here you can see the sum. If it is more than the given D sum, so then we are considering that node as a non-promising. If it is less than the given sum, that is less than 15, so that is that we are considering it as a non-promising node. So that is sum S is too large and sum S is too small. So this is what the problem of sum of subsets. Hope you understood the problem. Thank you.